80 women sitting alone. No men in sight. None.
I approached a black man this week at like a dating event, and he was not interested in me.
And you seem like a great guy, but when I tell you, humbling, very, very humbling experience.
If a man always has to wear some type of hat, no matter where he goes, he's DL.
In the last few years, a lot of single people been asking the question, where do the good singles go? Like the people that's actually looking for real relationships, like where do they go? Because now that they're actively pursuing people, it's like, why can't I find anybody? Whenever there's a problem, there's a business. So that's why we have singles events, where we have singles that are like-minded that can meet in the same setting and get to know each other and possibly find their life partner. A place where women actually want to be approached, and then men don't have to worry about women possibly turning them down. They get to choose from a variety of women that are looking for a man like them, right? Wrong. Men are not even showing up to these singles events.
When I walked in, it was packed. And what do you think I saw? What do you think I saw?
What did you see?
Exactly what I thought I was going to see.
What?
80 women sitting alone. No men in sight. None.
I saw so many black women try to solve a problem in dating by starting to host events in person, trying to create third spaces to facilitate dating like offline. And you know what would happen every single time? The men were not signing up. They would be selling tickets to speed dating, and they would always end up with men's tickets on sale. Always, because they weren't buying any. Just the other day, a big account that I follow for black creatives did like this cute Cupid thing where they were like, hey, send us a profile about yourself and we would love to post it and like play matchmaker. Sounds like a cute idea, right? Not one single man sent their profile in. And mind you, this is an account that has well over 100,000 followers. It's just time to stop.
I approached a black man this week at like a dating event, and he was not interested in me. And that by itself is like not a great story, right? I tried to shoot my shot. He was not interested. I moved on. But immediately after I walked away from this man, he went up to a group of 5 white women and he introduced himself to all of them. And then I kind of observed out of like the corner of my eye for the rest of the evening, this man was only going up and talking to different white women. Later that night, another very attractive black man came in, the exact same thing, only talked to the white women that were in the room. There were maybe 6 or 7 black women throughout. And I could tell, I would look over at the black women occasionally, they would be looking, we would all be observing the same thing. We're all thinking the same thing, right? And as someone who has reviewed a bunch of different like dating events, I have seen this play out so many times where you walk into a room, the black women are looking for other black men and the black men are not looking for black women. Unless the host of the event is like a black person or a person of color. And as much as I say that I am going to start dating outside my race, my mind, whenever I walk into like...
Okay, we're not going to make this video about race, but wow. So men aren't even trying anymore? It's almost like men have a universal understanding that most likely this will result in a loss for them. Well, never mind the fact that most of these events are marketed to women. Men and women are getting on podcasts, having discussions about men not showing up to these singles events. And I'm pretty sure this conversation will not disappoint you. Check this out.
There was a study called from the Pew Center Research conducted a study that said 63% of men under age 30 would rather stay home and watch porn than go on a date. Men say they are getting their needs met without having to go on a date. Would men rather stay single than be with a woman is the question.
That's what they're saying, pretty much.
63% of men.
I think they're cheap.
Yeah, they just ain't got no money.
They don't have money, which you should get your money up before you start dating. So it is cheaper to sit home and beat your meat than actually go out and find actual women to hang out with.
That's a sad reality.
I disagree.
Why? What do you think?
Is it less of a headache to have to deal with a woman or something?
There it goes. Like, it's a headache. Nah, I got to take you out. I got to hear what you had to tell your whole day.
That's why you take out people you actually like, and then you don't feel that.
Yeah, but then I got to get to know you first to like you, right?
Yeah.
So how do I get to know you?
Call on the phone.
So you rather hand?
Hey, listen, I'm married.
You always gotta say. Okay, so if you wasn't married,
I'd probably beat him. I mean, 100 miles an hour.
Well, there you have your answer, ladies. The men don't want to date because they're broke. Wrong. While there may be men that don't want to go out there and be in the dating field because they're stacking their bread, the fact that she went straight to a man being broke is crazy. But that's the answer right there. Maybe men are tired of being called broke from a person that's looking for financial support. And I know this is not all ladies, because as you see, I have a ring on my hand. I wouldn't have a ring on my hand if my woman was talking like this. But I have to say that the bad fruit have really messed it up for the good fruit. But here's another perspective that a man introduced. Check this out.
So this went viral on Twitter, and I saw it, and it got me thinking about something I already knew, but it put it in a different perspective for me. Because men were in the comments saying, oh, this is weird, this is strange, it looks desperate. And what's wild to me is that somebody literally created a space where men could approach women that want to be approached and talk to women that want to be talked to, and men saw that as strange. And men were in the comments saying, why go to this when I can talk to a woman, you know, on social media, on Instagram and Twitter, you know, at the mall or in public, whatever it is, right? And then it had me thinking about all the times I've heard women talk about how they've been approached at times they didn't want to be approached, like at the gym, at the grocery store, at work, because they're there to do those things. Work out, get groceries, and work, right? But to a man, anywhere where a woman and a man can meet is grounds for finding a relationship or finding a partner. Meaning, in his head, if a woman is near him or in his vicinity, that woman is available to him. It's entitlement. Which is why a lot of men find it weird when women who are taken go to clubs with their friends. Because in his head, why are you at a place where there are single women and you're not single? In other words, why aren't you here with the person you belong to? And if you think about it further, right, in public, when a man sees a woman wearing revealing clothing, in his mind, you're also available to me. So the woman says, oh, I have a partner, I have a boyfriend, right? In his head, you gotta be lying because you're out here alone, looking available, right? So a lot of men's like minds, any woman out in public that they can physically see and be attracted to has to be a single woman. You have to be single because you're basically out here. And essentially what it boils down to is, why are you not in the house? You get what I mean? Like, why are you here and not in a house somewhere with somebody you belong to? Because to me, you are available because I can see you. And I don't see anybody else around you that's going to tell me you're not available. I.e. a man.
I could kind of see his point when he said a man doesn't mind walking up to a woman in places that she doesn't want to be approached. Why wouldn't you attend a dating event where women are looking to be approached by you? I would say this: ladies respond real different when they're with a group of girls versus when they're just by themselves and you approach them. I mean, even think about the rejection of a man getting rejected in front of a group of women versus him walking up to one girl and her possibly just saying, oh, I'm sorry, I got a man. And, you know, he just walk away with his dignity. So I think that definitely plays a part. But it seems like the ladies want to be talked to when they want to be talked to, and the men want to approach when they feel like approaching. There's no middle ground. But also, I feel like the lines have gotten so blurred during these gender wars. Each side wanted to win the battle so bad, creating BS like sprinkle, and then men, the red pill, trying to prove who's wrong or who's right. But at the end of the day, the goal is to be together. But so much has been said that people don't even want to be together anymore. Like, some of the things that I've heard the ladies say have been so outlandish. Like, why would a man want to be actively dating if women are saying things like this?
If a man always has to wear some type of hat, no matter where he goes, he's DL.
Just in case you didn't hear her, she said if a man is always wearing a hat, then he's DL. For y'all that don't know what DL is, on the down low, he's with the guys. So a man can't even wear a hat? Now, surely you'll probably say to yourself, well, that's just one woman that's speaking like that. Let's read some of the comments. This comment right here says, because he's trying to hide his thoughts. A man wears a hat because he's trying to hide his thoughts. And then that has so many likes. Oh, what about this one right here? Men who wear hats don't have confidence. So if a man wears a hat, he's either not confident or he's gay. But if a woman wears makeup or a wig, she's a beautiful queen. And ladies, do what y'all want to do. I'm just showing you the type of BS that men have to hear. People are still expecting men to approach women like we're back in the 90s music video. Nothing about dating nowadays seems pleasant. It seems like a full interrogation of two people trying to figure out what they could get from the other person. But I'm married, so let's hear it from a single guy.
So I got sick of the dating apps and decided to attend 2 different dating events this past week in Atlanta. And these experiences really put into perspective just the overall dating climate. I thought I was gonna come in there and be the bomb. When I tell you I was humbled, a certain group of women told me that my shoes were not giving, meaning that my shoes were not up to par. I was wearing some Air Jordans, and apparently I had a crease or two in them. I don't even know why you're looking down there. Really? And just tonight alone, I had 4 different women. None of them knew each other, okay? These were 4 separate conversations where all 4 of them said, "You're so handsome, you're well put together, you seem like a great catch, but I'm just not attracted to you. I'm sorry, I can't. And you seem like a great guy, but When I tell you, humbling, very, very humbling experience. Another woman literally said to me, "Nigga, why is you talking to me?" Because we're here to mingle. That's what we're here for. What? Ironically, the best conversations I had at both of these events were with women that I had no intention of being with romantically. Beautiful women, don't get me wrong. But I asked them, I said, "Why are y'all single?" And they told me, "Well, the men that we like don't want us back." I looked around and there were so many guys that were just standing around. And I walked up to them, I said, "Hey man, how are you enjoying the event?" And they were nervous, they're dealing with all these different feelings and thoughts. And that's when it hit me. I'm really not that special. Because there's some woman that's probably attracted to me that I'm not attracted to. So the cycle repeats itself, so on and so forth. Ultimately, everybody's just trying to find their person. It just is what it is. But I recognize for myself, right, that I am the most happiest when I am not chasing, when I'm not out here searching for love, when I'm not out here seeking it. I thought that by almost 30 years old that I would have my person by now. I'd have a house with a picket fence, a marriage. I thought that I would have these things acquired. But I had to let go of that timeline and recognize that we're not living in the same world that we grew up in. And that's just the fact of the matter. But ultimately, when you get past all of the need for romance, need to attract someone, need to come across as a viable option, and you get down to the heart of the matter, that's where the truest, most genuine relationships are formed. I'm going to spend more of my time with my creations because I feel that they give me and bring me great joy. More joy than trying to be enough for somebody. And if I find my person, hey, cool, it happens. But if not, I'm good. I'm really good. I mean, tonight really, these past couple nights, but really tonight, opened my eyes to
I imagine these single events being similar to like a pop the balloon episode. You pass on the person in front of you because you know there's other options in the room. Even if you got a good person in front of you, you still have that wonder in your mind of whether or not I can find somebody that's even better in here. The social media mind has really ruined reality. People treat each other like options because they feel like at any time they have access on their phones to somebody that's better, but not realizing that if there was better in your phone or on your social media or in your DMs, why would you be at this event? Or why are you still actively looking or seeking if you had better options? People must learn that the grass is not always greener on the other side. It blossoms where you water it. Listen, the reality is that men have the responsibility of approaching a woman, so they're used to rejection on a daily basis. And although rejection is just a part of life, the rejection of today is really petty. Like, how do you look past a man's great qualities but can't look past his shoes? Yeah, that just sounds exhausting. Like, staying home sounds less stressful and you're saving yourself from embarrassment. See, I don't even believe that the issue is people can't find each other. I think we have too much access to too many people. But to go even deeper, we need to fix the full mindset from the selection process to the roles in a marriage. All of that needs to be fixed. Y'all really need to find Jesus. Going to an event doesn't change people, it just makes it public. Work on yourself and discern as you go through the dating world. And stop looking for a fix in somebody else, because a lot of people have a lot of growing to do, which is why you can't see beyond a man's sneakers. Hey man, it's been your boy Ty Boogie. Y'all comment below. Let me know what y'all think. Join my Discord in the description below so we could talk about these topics. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on my post notifications, all that good stuff. And if you really enjoyed this video, make sure you check this one out right here. Hey man, I'm out of here. Peace.